Hello there everybody, just here bringing you another Wayward development update video. The beta 1.0 release was pretty crazy. Over 100,000 people have now played Wayward, and with that has come tons of support, suggestions, ideas, bugs, and more. It's often a lot to handle just being a hobby project, but it's also a good motivator. I'm also kind of glad 1.1 and 1.1.1.1 have been much slower and maintainable though. Besides all the individual contributors and supporters, I now have some programming help from Richard Hobson, also known as Aurelian. I've also been getting lots of testing, gameplay feedback, and writing support from Frank Arecchio. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So on with what's new with 1.1. Like always, there's hundreds of small changes and tweaks, but the meat of this update was the inclusion of resource nodes, which means there's less randomization and resource gathering, which has been a pretty long requested feature. All special resources and rocks or trees are now spawned on top of the tiles. Besides that, this means rocks and trees now guarantee some resources, and all have a specific strength to break through them unlike before. For example, you can't any longer get tree fungus from a tree unless it actually shows it visually growing on it. Similarly, rocks, things like ore, talc, and limestone, no longer in the mix with everything else. You consciously have to explore and discover the veins of it in the mountains. I have a blog post explaining more about this new system in the description of this video if you want to take a look. Caves got an overhaul in 1.1 where you can now discover them by digging or gathering. Cave systems now appear realistically under the land masses and sometimes connect between them via tunnels or rockways. They also now feel a little bit more open and expansive, which is a good thing because lots of good ore spawn in the caves now. The biggest request ever is now also present, Container UI. Containers now have drag and drop functionality visually, just like your inventory. What's more is some of the items now are stackable as well. Speaking of the UI or user interface, that's also got an overhaul. It's not like 100%, but it's getting there. Some new features of the UI include quick slots, message overlay, skill tooltips, the new hint system or help system, and more. 1.1.1 was mostly just a patch to fix things up and some of the bugs that 1.1 had, hence the name patch mode. Upcoming, I will be showing off some 1.2 stuff, which we have dubbed the Gone Fishing update. You can probably guess what that means. If you want to see the massive list of other changes, feel free to take a look at the changelog, and the link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.